fun and celebrate right where you are and wave hello as they sail by.
Videos of the animals on the reserve as you would like it. If you plan to do so, I highly recommend having those cameras or cell phones out and ready to go to snap those pictures. Friends, welcome to the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. This very first section we're traveling through is the Little Ituri Forest. And as we're moving through, try keeping an eye out for any movement. Ooh, if you're actually looking to the right here, you're going to see this okapi in between the bamboo and the tree there. Very unique animal, that is. The okapi is the only living relative of the giraffe. Now, like the giraffe, they will have a very, very long purple and blue tongue that aids them in feeding. Their tongues can get about 14 to 18 inches in length. It's actually long enough for them to clean their own eyes with if they need to. Not primarily those prehensile tongues, they'll wrap around leaves or branches of plants in the forest to pull them off and get them their food. It's very similar to how giraffes out on the African savanna will also browse for their food. Of course, we were able to see this gorgeous black rhinoceros to the left as well. Now, the black rhino has that distinctive pointed upper lip that you can see. That upper lip is actually prehensile, so it can actually be used to grab any of the food that it's finding, like those beautiful stalks there. There we go. Excellent. In the forest can have a striped pattern to help them blend in. The stripes actually do help to break up their outline as they are moving through the forest, and also can make them look like sunlight streaming down this river. Now, they are primarily nocturnal. In fact, Nile hippos will spend a big part of the day resting or sleeping to store up their energy, and they can do that for basically the entire day in the water. That helps them to avoid overheating. And it's usually after nightfall when they can be found traveling sometimes up to 6 miles inland looking for grass to graze on. With the typical Nile hippo able to eat roughly 80 to 90 pounds of grass in a day. It's looking like a lot of the pink-backed pelicans are relaxing in the water to the left here. Those are the large-billed, webbed-footed birds. You should get a nice overlook. The African savanna will go in between a very, very wet season and a very, very dry season. And this is actually the least territorial of all of the zebra species. And these two ahead of the rest of the group on the right here, this is actually mother and son. The mother's name is Heidi. The babies are also called foals, and his name is Dash. You probably know how every single zebra is indeed born with their own unique set of stripes. And on both sides, actually, looks like they're still finishing up. The rest of their grazing looks like their group mates have stopped to relax. Wildebeest are very well known for their migrations, actually having the second largest animal migration on land, with the first largest being ours. So the fact that theirs are second is actually very, very impressive. Now on the left here, we're seeing a couple of the Maasai giraffes. Now it actually is thanks to giraffes that a lot of the trees in this area don't have leaves below a pretty regular height. As you can see, they actually will browse from the tree's undersides. You can actually see that nice long tongue that they have, very much like the okapi's tongue. Those prehensile tongues will wrap around the leaves or branches on the tree's undersides to pull them off and get them their food. So giraffes can also use those tongues to lick some of the bark off of the trees, and that can help to give them some of that nutrition as well. Tree, and they'll be gathering pollen in the fur on their face and spreading it to those different trees to pollinate them. Again, the Hartman's Mountain Zebra on the right. Now, this is the only, before you can actually get a look at the Ancole cattle crossing that path back there on the right.
No le gusta el rojo. No, al toro.
Looks like we'll be getting a look at a flamboyance up ahead. That is a group of flamingos. These are greater flamingos, the lightest pink of all the flamingo species. You'll actually see many of their chicks. Now they're actually going to be getting that coloration through their diets. Flamingos will be dipping their bills into the water, and they filter out of the water. Very, very tiny, almost microscopic creatures like brine shrimp out. That's going to provide them with all that nice beta carotene. That's how their name stuck. Beautiful. Now they, in general, rhinos don't have the best eyesight in the animal kingdom, but they do see clearly about maybe 10 feet or so in front of and around it before it starts to get a little bit blurry. So you'll notice how their ears moving about like radar dishes. They have sensitive hearing, so they'll supplement that poor eyesight. They also have a very keen sense of smell. Now on our left, we're passing by this distinctive rocky formation. This is called a copie. You can find lots of copies around the savannah. Typically they afford animals a nice high up and surrounding view of the area. Often predator and prey species alike on the savanna are able to make use of copies as lookout posts for themselves. Oh, very nice. We're going to get a look at one of the warthogs here. Looks like just coming out of the mud here. If you look on the left, you'll see him in the shade. That was actually a male. The male warthogs actually will get these kind of wart-like growths on their faces, kind of next to their eyes and on the sides of their face. That just gives the males some extra armor, some extra protection on their skin as necessary. Bontebok, distant relative of the wildebeest, and forward of the Bontebok on the right, you'll see this clutch of ostrich eggs on the ground. These are likely to be unfertilized as there are no male ostriches in the area. Now, each of their eggs is capable of weighing between about 3 to 5 pounds. And ostriches living in groups actually do have a group nest. But my friends, it does look like our safari is coming to an end. Hopefully though, your journey with wild things and wild places doesn't end here. Don't forget to keep looking for and learning more about different animals throughout your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. But especially when you head home, there will be animals and other wildlife that are going to be sharing the land with you, and also calling those places home. And you can really turn just about any day you like into a safari by going out, looking for some of those wild things and learning a little bit about them as well. And that really can foster the desire to protect and maintain the world around you, which is something very near and very dear to the heart of conservation. I'm Adam, you've been riding Simba 1, and it has been a pleasure. Now here on the right, watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Doors are sliding open. Watch that step down. And the Asante Sana friends, thank you all for riding with me. You all enjoy the rest of your day.
Down with me.